The runcam Thumb 2 is the latest $99 HD camera that can do 4K 60, 2.7K, even higher than that, and has pretty good color rendition and quality for an extremely low price. That's the camera we're going to be testing today, and we're going to do a little bit different than all the other channels. We're actually going to do some ribbon cutting and see how it looks on camera. How do they do that? Well, for one, just like all of the other thumb cameras by runcam, the people that have been making the thumbs, check it out next to the original thumb and the Thumb Pro. And what do you notice right off the back? It has a huge increase in quality, but it also has an increase in both size and weight. But what you get for the money is quite substantial. It doesn't have a battery on board, but they make a number of quality improvements here at the sacrifice of a little bit of weight, but it has a much higher quality looking metal body, a nice, easy to see tally light, which means you can easily see from a little bit farther away this LED, which covers this entire corner over here. It has, just like the Thumb Pro that came before it, a system of easily detachable and reattachable ND filters that just screw on and off. Very nice. It does have microphone on board, so you will be able to get some sound recording for your HD camera feed should you want to. I'm going to be flying it on this unbreakable drone by Fox here. It has the little mount that I've installed already. It also comes with a variety of other little things, a little connector for you to be able to wire up for USB-C connectivity. The cool thing about this is that not only did they upgrade to USB-C, but you actually can supply power through this. So if you had one of those little cables that you could power a naked GoPro from, plugging it into your battery's balance lead and then outputting it over to the GoPro USB-C port, that will work for this as well. Then you have a little connector, a little 3-pin connector that can supply power, video, ground, and you can plug that in to power it right here. I actually had an old thumb mount that I'd wired up that had 5-volt and ground only, and that will plug in and power that as well. The original thumb, which was just 5-volt and ground. Then you had a 4-pin connector on the Thumb Pro that also gave you a TX and RX to be able to control it. And then this one, a 3-pin connector. Here's my mount for the Thumb Pro, but we're going to replace it with the included mount for the new Thumb 2 that comes in the box. You have these little 3D printed mounts right here. This is my Fox Swoop 2.5-inch unbreakable drone that's been through heck and back, and we've never managed to destroy it. Also get a couple of connectors. Here's one that you can wire up directly to your flight controller, and here's one that goes to a USB-C connector that you can provide your power from there. Now, if you have the other signal wire, you can actually program a switch recording with that, but I didn't do that for this build right here. Speaking of the ND filters, it comes with 3 different concentrations for you: an 8, a 16, and a 24. So you even have a nice 24 option if you're in the brightest of daylight. You can bring this sucker along out of the box right here. These just twist on so that you can get some of the cleanest, nicest, juiciest footage no matter what time of the day. If you're a DJI pilot and the 04 is about to drop, that's probably going to have higher quality than this, but how much could that potentially cost? $230, $250 or higher per unit. This is for those small crafts where you don't want to spend all the money to upgrade it to something HD. It's where you don't want to have to worry about the camera at this cost. This is almost disposable. The image quality is somewhere around, I would put it close to like a DJI 03. Now, it doesn't have a manual or log or flat image color profile, which I wish it did. DJI 03 actually does have DJI's M-Log on there, so that is the only disadvantage as far as colors. But the colors out of the box, you can push them around a little bit since they're not completely flat, and you can still make a pretty pleasing image. Now you can see there's only one button on here, so how do you change the settings? Well, there's a runcam app. You go ahead and set all of your recording frame rate resolution settings on that app, and whenever you want to save, it'll actually generate a QR code. Anytime you have the camera powered on, you just put that QR code on your phone right in front of the camera. It will read that as a system update setting and update itself. And if you look inside the SD card contents, there's actually a little file that gets generated that retains those settings in there. pretty cool and clever way. They've been doing that settings update thing for the last couple of versions of this camera. That way they can keep the price low because you don't have to have Bluetooth connectivity built inside. You don't have to have Wi-Fi chip, and you don't have battery inside because you're supplying that either from your drone or from a USB-C source. This could be a cheap action camera as long as you have some kind of way to power it. You don't have to worry about smashing a $300 or $400 GoPro. You could just throw these anywhere you have 5-volt output. It can take 5-volt input from both this little connector right here as well as USB-C. That is a nice upgrade compared to both the original Thumb and Thumb Pro that used old USB micro. Let's check out the weights of these things. The original Thumb comes in at 9.9 grams. The Thumb Pro comes in at 16.1 grams. And the Thumb 2 comes in at 27.3 grams. So it's almost 3 times heavier than the original, but this is right around naked GoPro weights. You have your little SD card door right here. I believe this case is made out of metal, so it should be much more durable than the original Thumb and the Thumb Pro. And then this button is very premium. Now this camera does not have a door, which the original 2 had. This door though, I would find like sometimes it would come off in a hard crash and I would lose it. So I kind of prefer the spring slot that they've moved to on this one a little better. So to get it in and out, you just kind of push it like that. The button is integrated in there, so you just push the whole case.
It says fire resistance. They take with fire resistance.
That's good.
I want to check that.
Go ahead and check it.
I'm curious how these can be fire resistant. The ribbons are still good. We're good to go after cooling it off.
Is it still recording?
Yeah, well, it's blinking. I think it burned the motor.
Oh, fucking A.
Fuck. Well, we got some.
You got something.
Yeah. Shit.
Oh shit, that's spiky.
It is. God damn it. Like, oh yeah. Why did you do that?
I told you I was following you in on your landing. I just got too close to the cage. So when I came in sideways, there was a blink off.
Yeah, here you start cutting right away.
Tried.
Missed it.
Tried to. I missed like 4 or 5 times.
Oh, and there's John coming.
I think John gets one before I do. I tried to actually hit it in the power limit.
Yeah, that looks good.